Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is the 25th of June, 2026, and the top crypto news is as follows. We will begin today's episode with Binance, which has officially announced that the exchange has withdrawn from Greece. I should mention that you already knew this from Crypto News 5 days ago, as we had already reported it. At the time it was rumors, but those rumors have now been confirmed. I should also tell you that the CEO of Binance remains committed to the exchange obtaining a MiCA license in the European Union. In his official statement, he says, "We will remain focused on obtaining a MiCA license in the coming months." The only comment I have is that Binance does not have months. It has 5 days to obtain a MiCA license. Otherwise, it will have to withdraw, as far as we know. And it is not just Binance, dear audience. This is something we have mentioned in previous episodes as well. In general, only around 200 companies have managed to obtain a MiCA license in the European Union, and the 1st of July is the final deadline for all others to obtain one. If they do not, approximately 1,400 companies, that is 3% of crypto companies in Europe, will have to withdraw. I believe this could be a very significant shock for the crypto market in Europe, and it may well translate into market movements. Moving on to our coins, we turn to Aave, which could do a 50 times increase by 2030, according to a report from Standard Chartered. This means its price could reach $3,500 by 2030, up from approximately $70, which was the price when the report was published. If we look at the end of the article, we can see that the main statistic the bank uses to make this prediction is tokenization. It believes that the tokenization developing within DeFi could increase by 37 times, reaching $2.7 trillion by 2030. The bank believes that a significant portion of that money will flow into Aave as one of the largest DeFi platforms, and that this will greatly support its price. The one thing I can confirm is that tokenization is a very powerful narrative. It is one of the few narratives, perhaps the only one, that is currently developing in the crypto market in relation to DeFi. DeFi itself is simply retreating at this time, as the total value locked in DeFi has decreased by 39% in 2026, falling to approximately $70 billion from $115 billion in January, as you can see from this flat chart. As we already know from CRYPTONEWS, the main reason for this decline was the Kelp DAO hack, which caused many users to leave DeFi in the crypto market. Since we are talking about hacks and DeFi, we will move on to a wallet built on Cardano called SecondFi, which lost $2.4 million in a hack. SecondFi is one of the Cardano wallets, formerly known as Yoroi Wallet, and it reports that it has fixed a critical vulnerability that allowed a hack, resulting in the loss of 16 million ADA, valued at $2.4 million from 374 user wallets across 3 separate attacks. The root cause was a flaw in SecondFi's proprietary wallet generation software. The security gap exists at the address level, meaning that simply moving a seed phrase to another wallet offers no protection whatsoever. What I would like to add is that the losses may not have been limited to $2.4 million, since this article and several others I have found suggest that up to $20 million may have been lost in this hack. Continuing to our beloved crypto market, we can see that Bitcoin is currently standing at $60,000, with yesterday's price having dipped as low as $59,000 due to the sell-off that occurred yesterday. We covered all of this on Crypto News, of course. Now we will look at some indicators, and I should tell you that Bitcoin may need to fall another 15% to reach its lowest point, according to one particular indicator. The indicator in question is the Bitcoin realized price. As you can see, in order to find the true market bottom, based on this indicator, the price needs to drop below the orange line. For this reason, the article suggests that Bitcoin may need to fall another 15%, bringing it to approximately $53,000. This indicator represents the average on chain acquisition cost of all Bitcoin in circulation, and historically it has been used as a key support level during bear markets. That is what this indicator is telling us. One person who agrees that Bitcoin's price could fall as low as $55,000 is the founder of 10x Research, who says the price could drop that low. He believes that Bitcoin and other risk assets such as gold may need to fall further because the dollar is strengthening, as the Fed has made an aggressive pivot. When we say aggressive pivot, we mean that the Fed may raise interest rates, which causes risk assets like Bitcoin and gold to retreat. Speaking of gold, it has now fallen below $4,000, having recorded minus 7% on the weekly chart. Now, shifting from Bitcoin's decline, we will flip the coin and move on to the Raybosch chart, which is very well known to those involved in the crypto market. For the second time in its history, it has fallen below the mauve line. This is a chart that broadly tracks Bitcoin's supply, and based on that, it has certain zones in which you buy or sell depending on the color we are in. And for the second time, we are below the mauve color. Generally speaking, every time we have been in the mauve or blue zone, the market has been at an absolute bottom, as you can see historically. So this chart is telling us that we have probably found our bottom, without anything being certain. As you understand, that wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is the 25th of June, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.